Welcome to the instructional video for this 2022 Chausson 788 Titanium Premium Edition. We're going to have a walk around the van on the outside and then we'll move on to inside the vehicle. So first of all, we've got the new black Ford alloys, manually folding mirrors that do electrically operate. The top sections, bottom ones manually push in, but the top ones will adjust on both sides from the switch inside. It's central locking on both the doors. And the habitation door, we've got a retainer there. We've got your bin, your blind, and your fly screen just there. We've got an external awning light and a Thule awning. I'll send you a separate video of how to use the awning on the link I send you. We've got a toilet cassette, standard Thetford toilet cassette. So to lift it up, you just lift the handle, slide it out. We've got the little screw cap off, which allows you to empty the actual cassette, and at the bottom we've got the little orange slip. So you press the little circle, that allows you to depress any of the air inside the unit, clean it out, pop it back in, and make sure it's just sitting over that little lip there. That also extends and it has wheels, so you can wheel it to and from the chemical disposal point. Underneath here you have your valve, which is just there for the wastewater. The wastewater just comes out of a valve underneath the bottom of the tank, so you just need to line it up with the actual waste disposal point, or the grey water point on the site to empty that, and that's what that little sticker is there. Behind that we have the barbecue point with an isolator, so once your gas is on, to turn the gas to flow it, you put that in the sort of in line position. To turn it off, you'd put it across as it is there. Give it a little tap to hold that in place, and then we have a door retainer to hold the doors in place just there. Once the lights are on inside the vehicle, we've got a little light switch here that you turn on and off, and you can see there we have got a mains point, a 12-volt point, and a heating point into this rear garage area. Now this is the height adjustable, so the easy bed system. So at the minute it's in the mid position, you'll see the rails here, so it will come lower. Just make sure that you've got nothing underneath it being squashed, or it will go all the way up to give you a full height garage. And as you can see, we've also got a tail lift on here which opens. So we fitted an alarm. If you're wondering what these contacts are, we fitted an alarm for the customer to it. So with the Chaussons from new, you'll have a pack with all your manuals inside, your smoke alarm, carbon monoxide detector, bed winder for the front bed, locking wheel nut keys, etc. It does come with the mains cable, does come with an external shower hose, a compressor, and solution for your fix and go solution for spare wheel, puncture. Doesn't have a spare wheel. You can get one if you put one in the garage area, and we've generally located them just here, but you do need to just be careful. It won't allow the bed to come all the way down. Inside here is the fire extinguisher as well, and we fitted a TV for this customer which is non-standard in there. It also supplied all the external screens, and that is the awning pole for the awning. You can see that we've got some space underneath the bed as well, which can be accessed from the back here or from lifting up the bed, and we've also got a series of isolation valves for from right to left, fridge, cooker, and hot water. So that's the back. To lock it, you just press the locks in, and then it is one suited key that will lock all the units. Please be aware of the maximum weight capacity in the garage. So it's on a sticker just to the right hand side there for you. And again on here, close it, and then that will lock for security. We have the pre-mounts for bike rack fitted there, and a reversing camera which is under the brake light high up there for you. Onto the passenger side, clearly labelled, we've got the gas locker area, and this is a 1-bottle gas locker area. Here, regulator at the top, and it does come with a pigtail from new. Pigtails are dated, guys, so just make sure that you are checking the dates on that so you know when to change it. In front of that we've got the Truman Vent. Now if you're trying to do the hot water heating on electric, you can leave it cover on. If you're wanting to do it on gas, simply what you need to do is just put a little bit of pressure on the top, so on the top there, and then push it down. That will release the cover for you. If you don't remove the cover on gas, you will not be able to use the hot water heating system. It will simply just lock out. Front of that we've got the shower point, and again I've shown you just inside, just clips in, and to release it just press the little bayonet fitting in and that will release that from there. Here is the techno locker. So we've got your main freshwater fill on one side, the lever for the maximum minimum levels should you want to do that. To fill up the water, take the cap off, simply use a hose pipe to fill it up just like so, and that's the cap if you want to remove anything and clean that area should you want to do that. To the left hand side of it we've got your electrical options. So we've got your RCD to the right and your main fuses to the left. The left hand side of the RCD, if I just lift that up for you, is your test button. So this button here where my thumb is, that is the test button, and it works that single switch there. That's always the option that we tell you if you don't think you're getting power into the vehicle, is hit that test button. That generally rules out whether it's the van or the lead or what you're plugged into. In front of that you've got your mains plug-in point. Now you'll also see a sticker under here, and this relates to the underneath of the vehicle with a little white valve, which is your drain valve for your freshwater tank. And you simply, the wheel in front of you, you simply open the wheel and that will drain the fresh water out of the vehicle. Just like so. Yep. So that's the freshwater drain. Turn it the opposite way, it will hold the water in the tank and allow you to fill up the fresh water for using within the vehicle. In front of that we've got diesel point and AdBlue points. So these just push together and then the door closes and allows that then to shut and secure that area in there. Underneath the seats, and the seats move forward with the bars, we've got your leisure battery, which is located underneath that seat, and then under the other seat, that is where you will find your engine battery. So we've got lock buttons, electric window switches, and we've got our Remis cab lines both here and on the front area within the vehicle itself. So just be gentle with these and just clip them back in place before you then set off. Under the bonnet we've got positive point, negative point just down here where the keys touching the little anchor point, it does tell you on there. We've got screen wash, oil and dipstick. To gain access to the bonnet you need to put your key into the front, turn it once to the left and then once to the right, and that will allow then the mechanism to work and open up the bonnet. Once the bonnet's open you just use the stay to keep it open until you're ready to close the bonnet, and closing the bonnet just gently down, press it down and that will close the bonnet up just like so. So that's the outside of the vehicle done. Let's move on inside. So now inside the vehicle we've got the blind on the door. We can lock the door either manually or using the central locking, and that will allow that system then to lock the door. So just above the door we have your main control panel. So on here we want to be turning the top button on, which is green, and you need to have the power button on and the light button for most of your electrical items to work. You'll also need just the green button on for charging when you're hooked up at home, and when you're not hooked up for your solar panel to put charge into your leisure battery. Once the lights are on you can manually turn off the lights. So we have some switches to the left of the control panel, we have switches down below, and there'll be a series of different options which will turn on the ambient lighting throughout the vehicle. Next to that we've got your water pump. So once you turn that on you'll hear it sounding up. It'll build up pressure. Once it's built up pressure it will then turn off, as long as you've got the valves, the relevant valves which I'll be showing you on the videos, closed. Got the awning light, and on the bottom we've got leisure battery, vehicle battery and freshwater level. Wastewater will indicate a little option on here, tell you when that is full, and then we've got a brightness option which turns the screen either brighter or duller depending on what you want to do. So that's the main control panel just here. Above here, just to the right, is your new Burstner heating system. When you press it and it's green, then that will be telling you that the unit's about to start up. Press it again and it will go through the options. So That option being temperature. Press it again, it will give you your fan speed. So just turn in the dial to the desired one. Turn it again then, and it will give you the continuous option. Yeah. So green means that it's going to start and it will kick in. Now it will be loud to begin with and it will kick in. And we always tell you if you're hooked up to mains, it's fine. But if you're not hooking up to mains, then do this before you get to the site. You can use it while your engine's running and it will just stop you from losing some of the power in your leisure battery when you're not hooked up to mains. To go back, you press the button and that will go back through to your options. So that's always your back option. I'll just do it again. Back option takes you through to your options. You'll then see that there's different options that you can then select: ventilation, settings. In your settings, there's various options: quick start menu, workday option, time option, language option. All I'm doing is turning the dial, settings, brightness, screen timeouts. So again, read your instructions, there's error options, and then recess options. If you don't want to go, press that back again and it will go back to that. When you're wanting to stop the unit from kicking in, press the button, it will go white where the standby button is, and that will then turn off the Webasto heating system. This is a diesel heating system that only controls the heating within the vehicle. There you go. So just underneath it, there is a Wi-Fi. So the customer's added a Wi-Fi system fitted. We fit Motorhome Wi-Fi system, the Compact Plus system. And we'll talk you through how this works on the day. Pretty straightforward, and it's a good usable system that we fitted for a number of years now. Inside the cupboard, just here, you will find that we've also fitted an aerial for the customer. So that is a status aerial, and that is paired in with the TV that we fitted. To remove the TV, just press the little button in with your finger towards the front, and then slide it just out like that. And this is the latest Avtech TV that we fitted for the customer, with the sockets just on place there. So when putting it back in, just make sure that you're not trapping any of the wires, and then gently just slide it back into place, and you'll hear a click to make sure it's clicked in. Underneath that, we've got your fridge. So we'll press and hold the system and you'll see there's a little LED light that comes on. Now we can either control this manually on electric, manually on the battery. Now the battery will only work when the engine's running, so just bear that in mind. Or gas if you've got gas connected to the vehicle. The other option is automatic, and you'll see on this one, because we have connected through to the mains electric, it automatically hits that function for you. The button to the right controls the temperature from warmest to coldest on that particular setting. To open the unit, just pull the handle towards the front of the vehicle and you will see that we have got a large fridge area, and at the top, to pull it down, is the freezer compartment. You'll also see that it's lit up, so when you come to turn the unit off, press and hold it for a few seconds, that light will go out, but also your lights underneath will go out as well. So that is the fridge unit. So on the opposite side, we've got some storage in the kitchen. We've got a little light switch which is often missed here, and that does the light above the bed. We've got your kitchen taps, and just on the front here you'll see it's a cold to the right, warm to the left. Got the electric hob and the 2-burner gas hobs. The fly screens are pretty much all the same. To pull it up with a blind, pull the outside ones together, that will come down with the fly screen. Pull it halfway up and then pinch that, and that will release it. For the window stays, you'll see there's little buttons. Please make sure that you press these buttons, otherwise you will end up breaking the actual window stays. And then gently out, you'll hear a click. That will hold it in place all the way up, and then it will come down. So just be careful if you're parking next to a wall. Make sure you leave enough room for it to go up and down, and that's the same on the windows around the front of the area. So the cooker, we've got a grill option. Turn the grill to that side and it's just on or off. To the left hand side is the oven, and you'll use the igniter to light that up. On the front we've got 1, 2 gas, and this is your electric one. Please ensure, as the sticker clearly states just on the top in the middle there, you let it cool down before you close that glass lid. Yeah, pretty straightforward, but it's always worth mentioning again for you. Inside here we've got your grill pan and the new bin holder. Above that, press the button in and slide the handle out. This is your utensil area. We've also got a double USB point, the bed switch for operating the front bed, and a mains plug-in point for you there. An addition for this season is another plug-in point just in front of that area in the lounge area for you. To the rear of the vehicle, starting from the bed, so you can lift the bed up. The bed will stay up on the gas struts, and here is where you'll see your easy bed handle. So that's located in the little holding points that are here. So just pull that out, and that slots just into the little hole here, goes onto the unit just under there, and then it allows you to wind the bed up or down to the desired height that you want to do it. Once you're happy with it, just pop that back in place in there for you, and then that allows for safe keeping of that. To the left hand side, you've got, if you press the little handle down, you've got a little bit of storage. Quite good in that instance that you've got the storage there. On the opposite side, we've got a storage compartment as well. Just lifts up, and under here you will find your drain valve point. So this is just down here. You might just see the yellow toggle valve, so you'll need to just make sure that that's in the right position for draining down the boiler when you come to drain the boiler away. Again, I'll show you this on collection. So it's the little valve just down there, which you'll need to have in the up position. If I just put it up, you'll see it just up there, pointing to the scene. That will drain the water storage. Above that, we've got the USB point, and then we've got your heater controls. So we've two controls here. The top one is the electric, and it's a 3-way switch. So it's either on off is in the middle, 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, or 50 and 70 degrees, depending on what you want to do it. And then on the gas, again a 3-way one, we've got 50 degrees up, 70 degrees down, and the middle position is off. So pretty straightforward. If you put the system on and you've not got the gas on, it'll just come up as a red error failure. And again, if you're trying to do the electric and no electric, it'll come up with an error failure on there. So just make sure you've got the right source of power for what you're trying to select. Make sure you've closed that valve, and make sure there's water in before you operate any of these switches. In the bedroom area, we press the little press studs in. We've got some hanging space. We've also got a turbo vent, and the controls for that can just be found here. So we've got a directional option, and to open up the vent, we just turn the little dial here. That will open up the vent. Press the unit on, and then we can either decide whether we want to draw the air out of the vehicle, or if we press it again, we can draw the air into the vehicle. So that will turn it off. Just press the middle button, and then make sure that that is closed by turning the little wheel back again in that area there. Underneath, we've got some little lights, and they turn off just on the end, just here. Just turn the switch off and turn it back on. Same on that side. And the catches open. Just pull the handle, that will open the catches, and then press them, and that will then close them again. On the opposite side, we've got storage for you as well. And that is either shelved, or again, you could put a shelf up there, hanging rail if you want to do that. On there, we've got a little PIR, which is for the alarm, and the light switches for the back area are just there on the door. We've also got an additional point if you want to plug in mains, or you want a rear TV point in this area. It can go onto this wall. We just have to, we'll support it, but that's your option on there. Bathroom area is just here. So we can divide both of the areas off using the sliding door. So we just need to remove the little option here and slide that through to secure it off. So we've got shower area there. Just undo the latches, lift it up, and you can push them in. Got your shower, mixer tap, your vent. The only thing you've got to remember on the vent is that you've just released a little lock here. So there's a little lock there to release and lock it in. But on that, you've got fire screens and blinds, and the opening one as I've shown you on the previous one. little hanging rail here can be found for wet coats or towels. We've got the light switches for this area are located just underneath the counter, so one to remember. We've got the blue flush, and if it is full, in this case of clean water, so don't worry guys, it will indicate the little LED light just on there. To open the toilet cassette blade valve, you want to slide it to the back of the vehicle and that will operate the valve. Put it to the front and that will close it. It has to be at the front for you to be able to remove the toilet cassette. We have got heater vents in here. Push button will give you access to storage in that area, and we've got a cold cup and a light switches above. We've also got, if you push the button in there, more storage in here for you, and we've got an opening vent in here as well, again with a little locking point which you can slide it to lock it or slide it the other way to open it up for you. Yeah, the door does double up as the door to the bathroom area, or the dividing off from that area there, and that will take us into the large roof light, which you just open simply using the handle, slide it, and that will sideways open. And we've got fly screens and blinds on there as well for you. Just again, make sure before you're setting off that all the vents are correctly secured. Yeah, in that case just wind it and then just wind it back half a turn. The bed itself, you'll need to have the keys in position, and the bed keys are located at the front here. This panel is where you'll also find the manual winding point, so you'll have to remove that cover and put the little key that's supplied into the motor. That will allow you to operate the bed manually. Shouldn't need to do that, hopefully. And if you don't, then simply all you need to do is press and hold the button, and that will operate the bed down. So there's a sticker on the edge of the bed to tell you how far the bed will come down. Just make sure that you load underneath, there's nothing there. And we generally put the ladders underneath the bed. It also comes with nets, which go into the little eyelets here. And as I mentioned previously, this little switch at the side here will turn on that light above the bed. Yeah. So the ladders only work in one position. You can leave your bedding on. If your pillows are really big, we tell you to put them in the little alcoves at either side at the front. But alternatively, just be gentle taking it up. If you think that the bed's under any force, then just take down what you've got above it. Find a suitable location for it to go within the vehicle. Under each of the beds, you've got storage areas, just there. And we've got the table in the middle, which does extend, opens up, and then will either slide or rotate on its axis to allow you to move around. This table also drops, and to drop it you'll need to lift up that handle and push the table at the same time, and it should go to this position, just like so. So you can have it as a lower down coffee table or a higher up dining table, just to be aware. Seats themselves, you can either set them up as the two bench seats, or alternatively they'll turn into the travelling seats, which I'll show you in a few short steps now. Now the first step, I don't see a lot of people demonstrate this. I always find the easiest way is to remove all the cushions, take the cushions that you don't need out of the way, the ones you're going to use just in the front there. So we've got one seat on here and one on here. One's got a headrest, the other headrest is located underneath, and simply all we do is turn the handle and lift the back at the same time, and that will lift them in the upright position. Just like so. So one on that side, one on that side, and the little holes at the front there is where the headrest will go into. You then simply put the base on the bottom and the base on the top. Same on this side, base. And the reason that you'll know it's the base, it's got a little cutout. So base on that side, and then your back on there. Yeah, so we've got your seat belts nice and easily identified out the way. And then there are the 4 travelling seats. Seats that spin round, these don't lock in place going forward. So you simply just spin it round, and you'll need to move it forward and backwards. So you'll do that utilising the little bar there and just spinning them round to get access. You might need to spin the seat forward just to make it past the door, and that will then allow the seat to be forward. And then we're set up for travelling in the vehicle. The Exent unit, I'll send you a separate video of how to use that. It's on an automatic gearbox. We've got steering wheel controls, cruise control, auto lights is the little circle on the right hand side. The small one is for your mirrors, electric windows and locking points. Plenty of drinks holders lower down or higher up. Same on both sides. And we've got a 12 volt socket just in the front, just there. We've also got pockets above. And we've got little switches that turn off the little lights just there. And the double USB point. Above it, where our storage can be, we've got a blind and a fly screen. And this will also open. Again, just press the little red button in there and switch it here, here, button in, another button. Quite a few because it's holding it tight to create the seal, and then gently up, it will hold it in place and open up should you want to do that. Yeah, all the way up, we'll come all the way down, and again make sure that we are locked off, pressing the buttons to turn these. And locked in place just there. Just so you know, underneath this little panel here is where you will find the charger. So that's where that one is located as well for you. And that concludes our instructional handover video for the 788 Titanium Premium. I think you'll agree. It's a lovely layout. It's certainly been a popular model for us this year. And we look forward to your feedback, your comments. But most importantly, we hope you enjoy your new motorhome. Thank you.